Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Love, Sex, and Marriage, Season 1, Episode 4, and the name of this episode is Do You Want To? This was a really good episode. It was a short episode, but it was really good because we really are starting to get a little bit more, we're getting like more insight into Andre and also we actually get to see that double date that Ken and Vontae go on with their respective deeds and see how that plays out. But let me go on to say I'm sorry that this review was late. I actually live in D.C. and we had this really bad windstorm. I was out of power for 2 days, but I'm back and I'm ready to give you guys this review and let's get it popping. All right, so. The episode starts off with Ken and Andre. They're in the kitchen talking. He's asking, Ken is asking Andre, has he been job hunting? And he also asks him about the audition with Usher. He says he didn't get the job or whatever. But then also Ken asks him, are you still escorting? And Andre tells him no. And then we actually see that Andre's walking out, and then Darren walks in, and I noticed Darren is checking out Andre when he's walking out, and I'm like, I'm watching your ass, because definitely this is gonna play out later on, but still, I'm there. So we actually see that Darren and Ken have a conversation. He lets them know that we're going on a double date with Voluntary, and And then he lets him know that Darren lets him know about this bachelor party that he was invited to, and he invited Ken to go, but Ken was like, "Oh no, I got work to catch up to and everything." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't go to that party because if you did, you would have literally turned the house upside motherfucking down." And I mean that exactly how I said it. But then next thing you know, they kind of get cuddled up, and Ken and Darren are getting a loving going on. So that's where that ended. Then because we see that Andre said he was going to leave to actually go meet up with a friend of his, this guy named Rashad. So we actually meet Rashad. Rashad is a fellow dancer, just like Andre, and they're talking about dancing at this masquerade party. And pretty much Andre's interested because Andre's a dancer and he does dance at parties, but the reason why he got into escorting was because the money he's getting for dancing is not enough for him to pay his bills and all that. So Rashid is letting him know about this masquerade party, and he's saying that, look, it's just dancing, and he says that and he says, so how much we gonna make off of this? He says that, yeah, I make pretty good, but then for private shows, I can get about $200 to $500. So, if anything, he's saying that I don't know. And then eventually Andre's conscience kicks in. He's like, well, I don't know if I want to go down that road because Ken may kick my ass. Rashid, Ken ain't paying your bills, bitch. You better get out here and get this money. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, but hey, let's do this shit. And then also Andre's like, yeah, you right. I'm like, Andre. You nearly got your ass killed on West Petrie Street. And you got drugged at a party. And yet you still keep choosing to go down that road. It's just that, yeah, there's a break there that I think in this season we're going to examine about Andre, because there's definitely something traumatic that probably happened to him, or where he thinks that low of himself, and he just completely just keeps subjecting himself to more hurt and more torture, or more shame, so to speak. So that definitely grabbed me about that. So then we actually get the double date with Vontae, Ken, and we actually see Dion and Darren. They're having a good old time. They're talking about older men and having sex with older men, cougar sex and all of that. And Ken shares that he dated a 50-year-old guy, And he said that, hey, the sex was really good between us, though. Hey, just because you old don't mean you can't, don't mean you can't stroke. You know what I'm saying? So then it got to the point where, yeah, so bitch, you want to talk about me? Let's talk about, if this is Kim talking to Vontae, like, yeah, Vontae, won't you talk about how you used to get down in college? He's like, okay, on that note, it's time to go. I'm like, what you hiding, Vontae? Huh? I'm like, because I think something happened with Vontae as to why Vontae is so straight-laced now, where he pretty much has this high standard, when it comes to men, and also within himself. So obviously this is a reaction to something. So either he was wild in college, or he was in a very deep relationship that broke his heart. So I'm saying it could be one or the other, but something happened and made Vontae the way he is, and we also noticed that Dion and Darren definitely clicked very instantly, and I was just like, And then they went off and had a conversation. I wonder what that conversation was about. Because they see that they definitely clicked, and eventually Vontae and Dion left, and then of course Darren and Ken got it in again. And I'm like, see, them two don't stay off of each other. Which is probably why a lot of things keep going over Ken's eye, because obviously Darren got him digmatized. So we pretty much get the masquerade party. We see that Darren's there, and his boy is the one who's about to get married, and so of course he's congratulating his boy, whatever, and he's saying that, hey, old boy's kind of letting Darren know, like, hey, I ain't here to judge. You want to get something popping, you can get something popping. He's like, nah, I'm just gonna enjoy myself and enjoy the party. I'm not gonna get into nothing or nothing like that. So we actually see that, Mossad and Andre in the room getting ready to go dance. We get the party scene. They all dancing and grinding and everything, doing their thing. Rashid goes, he gets the actual bachelor, the guy who's about to get married, is going to take him to a private dance, and leaves Andre out there by himself. So Andre's, dancing, and then we see Darren is sitting down. He kind of calls Andre over. Andre starts dancing on, Darren, and all that. We don't know it's Darren because it's a masquerade ball. They're all wearing masks. So he's kind of like dancing on them and everything. And then, obviously, he got the indication that, hey, you want to do some more? You want to do something else? Come on. So he takes him to the bathroom, starts undressing him and saying, my price is $200. And then the next thing you know, while he's unbuttoning his shirt, finally did the mask come off, and finally Andre realizes it's Darren. And he's like, Darren, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, look, like Andre, why are you doing this to yourself? You were really was about to have sex with somebody for $200, really? And he's saying that, look, I'm just not as good as they are, man. I just can't. And he kind of breaks down, and Darren kind of comforts him and lets him know, like, look, you don't have to do this. You got me, you got Ken, you got your friends, you got people who care about you. You don't have to go down this road. But hey, you can keep that $100, but let's get your clothes on and let's get up out of here. And then while they're about to leave the bathroom, this guy comes in, and all of a sudden the guy's kind of startled, and then Darren's like, oh no, don't worry about it, man, we just finishing up. And he leaves the bathroom, and all of a sudden this person is pretty much affiliated with somebody from the group, because he recognized both Andre and Darren, and gets on the phone, like, yo, you would not believe who up here tricking at the party. And that's where it ended, and I was like, what? This is gonna be some shit. Now, I will applaud Darren not taking advantage of Andre at the party, but he wants Andre, and right now, there's nothing no one can say to make me think otherwise. He won him. So, I'm thinking, is he going to still hold this over his head to get him in a different way? He just didn't get him at the party, but he plans on getting him in another way. Because I'm seeing how Darren moves. As I say, he kind of has that, Iago from Othello kind of feel, like he's kind of setting up shit and just watching shit explode. So, we're going to see what's going to happen with this. But that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But subscribe to TreyOnline21.com. I will have that link in the description box. Subscribe to them and start watching this show. This show is really good, and I'm loving every episode. I'm literally at the edge like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? You know, and definitely I love the theme song too. So every time that theme song, I'm like, I got to get myself ready like, yes! You know, I'm about to get my dose of love, sex, and marriage, y'all. But yeah. So again, subscribe to TreyOnline21.com. As well, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. I have them also listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I'll be back with the next episode of Love, Sex, and Marriage. Yo, this show is amazing. I'm loving every bit of it. And they also are about to do a stage play in Atlanta. So definitely follow this show, and hopefully I can make it to Atlanta to see the actual play, because I would get my life. But, you know, they're doing a lot of creative things over here with Trey Online 21. So shout out to the cast and crew and the creators. You guys are doing a great job. Keep on delivering this great work, and I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to do next. So until next time, everybody, take care.